What's up, family? It is author and world-renowned storyteller Matt D. Talford back with another, and yeah, I'm gonna say it, short video. Yeah, I'm daring myself to say short and keep the video short. If you are a returning subscriber, you know why I laughed just now. But if you're new to the channel, thank you for clicking on the thumbnail. I hope that you will get something out of today's video. Now, after today's video, I promise you guys, you are going to look at that post-meal thing that so many of us like to eat a whole different way. What am I talking about? I'm talking about your favorite dessert. Today, I'm going to go in on, guess what? The English language. Yes. Y'all hear me say it a lot. Y'all hear a lot of spiritualists say it a lot. Y'all hear a lot of people who are in the know say the same thing about the English language, that the English language is the language of spells. Now, if you saw my how to defuse sorcery video, you know that spells are words, all right? Spells are words that are sent out to produce a desired effect. And typically that desired effect is the effect desired by the spellcaster, okay? Now, when you guys hear spells, a lot of people think, oh, those spells, all spells aren't necessarily bad, right? Because I did another video talking about the God spell. Y'all check these videos out. Y'all gotta keep up with me, all right? Because these days I'm all gas and no brakes, or so it seems. Anyway, listen, I'm in a playful mood today, but serious talk, y'all. I'm gonna show you the power of the spell that is the word dessert, and why dessert has the effect on your body that it does. Coming up on this edition of Maddie's Rap. Okay, family, welcome back to Maddie's Rap with your host, world-renowned author and storyteller, Matt D. Talford, author of those beautifully written and award-winning books that you saw in the thumbnails before this video segment. And you'll also see those at the end of the video. So for those of you who would like to read brief synopses of these books, you can click the links in the description box and find out why several awards committees thought that these books were good enough to pin awards on. Now that my book promotion is out of the way, let's deal with that thing that so many of us like to eat after a meal. Some of us like to eat it before a meal. Now, let me say this up front before I forget it. It tends to have a little bit different effect if you eat it before a meal or separate from a meal. We're talking about dessert today, all right? But let's get right into this, because if you watch the opening segment, you know that I mentioned that English is the language of spells. You heard me say that the word dessert in and of itself is a spell. Why did I say that? Because it carries a similar vibration to another group of words, and we're going to get into that right now. Remember, I dared myself to keep this video short. So, when you look at the word dessert, let's look at the dictionary definition of dessert, all right? The dictionary defines dessert as, it's a noun, of course. It's defined as the sweet course eaten at the end of a meal. And then it gives the example, a dessert of chocolate mousse. Now, if you look at the origin, it originates from the mid 16th century from a French word called desservir. All right, don't grade me on my French, all right? I'm trying to learn a little bit of it using the Duolingo language app. I'm mostly in Spanish, all right, but I'm trying to learn a little bit of French too. Anyway, past participle of desservir, which means to clear the table, all right? To clear the table, and it's expressing the removal of service, or to servir, which is to serve, right? So dessert, we're going to depart from serving. But that's not what's really happening, okay? Because I know people that say, bring my dessert out with my food. Some of y'all been to them church services where at the end you meet in the fellowship hall, all right? And you got a plate, a full course meal, usually a meat, a starch, and a vegetable. And they bring that sweet tea and that pound cake right out there with it. So that ain't nobody clearing the table to bring you your dessert, right? But I want to show you the link, the vibrational link, because they're very close, between dessert and dessert. All right? Dessert. Let's look at the other form of dessert. What we're going to do is we're going to remove a single S. Now, dessert is a verb which means to abandon in a way considered disloyal or treacherous. We feel our public representatives have deserted us. Okay, of a number of people leave a place, causing it to appear empty or to fail, especially at a crucial moment when most needed. So that's the verb form of desert. All right? Somebody deserted. They're a deserter. If they're in the military and they run away from the battle and they weren't given the order to retreat, then they deserted. So it's interesting that the verb form of dessert with one S has the same sound as the sweet treat that you eat at the end of a meal, dessert. All they did was stick an S in the middle, but that's an illusion because vibrationally, they are a match. We know that the universe is all about energy, frequency, and vibration, all right? Energy, frequency, and vibration. Everything in the universe is energy, frequency, and vibration. What is vibration? Sound, all right? Sound. It's a sound wave. Sound waves cause vibration. So when you talk about dessert with one S and dessert with two S's, it has the same vibration. Now, before I get into helping you to diffuse the sorcery that is the word dessert, let's look at the noun version of the word we just looked at, the form that has a single S. Desert. What is a desert? Everybody knows what a desert is. A desert is a place that has no water. All right? It is a place that has little to no water. A barren, dry area of land, especially one covered with sand, though there are dirt deserts as well, that is characteristically desolate, waterless, and without vegetation. All right? All right? So now I'm going to show you the game, and I'm going to show you why you're going to look at that sweet treat that you eat at the end of a meal differently after today's video. When you dessert something, we just saw the definition of it, you're leaving something. So by eating double S dessert, what you are in effect doing is you are leaving or deserting, departing from all of the potential nutrition that you preceded that sweet treat with. Okay, so you go and let's say you have a tasty salad, a healthy salad with greens, fresh greens, strawberries, walnuts, and maybe a light vinaigrette dressing, or just some lemon juice and some olive oil and a little bit of salt. All right, maybe a little tomato if you're into that, whatever, some cucumber, celery, I like celery, whatever. Okay, you had this beautiful, just tasty, super healthy, super nutrient rich meal, and then you go and eat a big old chunk of strawberry shortcake or pound cake or triple layer chocolate cake, or you say, you know what, I want to have some gelato after that, or I want to have some chocolate mousse or some ice cream or whatever your vice is. You eat that lemon cake. A lot of people love lemon cake, frosted lemon cake. Some cookies. You want some chocolate chip cookies and a cup of coffee, whatever. You eat this after eating that healthy salad. What have you done? First of all, you have confused your stomach, because now your stomach has in it these greens, this healthy stuff that came from the earth, and then this processed stuff that you put on top of it. And then some of y'all wondering why you going, or you going, I ain't gonna do it because my mom might be watching. But y'all know what I was about to do. I was about to raise that one leg up. Fellas, y'all know what we do. Y'all know what we do. We raise that one leg up and we let her rip. That gas is because you confused your digestive enzymes in your stomach. And it's like, okay, well, what are we working on? Are we working on greens? Are we working on this sugar and this flour and this fat that's in these cookies or this dessert and all of this other stuff? You have deserted the nutritional value of the meal that you ate preceding that dessert. So you've invoked the verb form of single S, dessert, by eating double S, dessert. So you've deserted the nutrition. What was the purpose of you eating a healthy meal if you're gonna follow it with some sugary dessert? Now, watch this, because here's what you also did. We're talking about vibrations. Dessert, double S's, or dessert, verb, single S, it's the same vibration that you're putting out in the atmosphere. If you read it, you may read a different definition. That's the sorcery part. That's the illusion. Oh, well, no, the illusion is, well, this set of words with one S says this, but this set of words says two S is a sweet treat that you eat after a meal. Yeah, that's not so bad. But dessert, it's a bad thing to desert something that you probably shouldn't be deserting, okay? What you shouldn't be deserting is the nutrition that you just ingested. Spells, okay? So the illusion is the printed definition, but the universe operates in terms of vibration. So what the universe hears is abandon. I don't care if you're eating, I don't care if you put two S's in it or a single S. When the universe hears dessert, it hears abandon, right? What did you just do? You just abandoned your nutritional value. Now I'm gonna stop beating that horse, okay? Let me stop harping on that. Let's go to the other example. Let's go to the noun version of the single S form of the word. Desert. It is a dry place. I have often, to illustrate the effects of sugar to a lot of my friends or whatever, I oftentimes tell them, put a drop of water, maybe put a teaspoon of water, just put it on the countertop, all right? And then just put an equal amount of sugar on top of it and see what happens. Walk away, leave, go to work, come back. So what you found when you walk away and come back is that the sugar that you dumped on top of that water absorbed all of the water. Not only did it absorb the water, but what was once a teaspoon or so of loose granules of sugar crystallized and became a hard mass that stuck itself to the countertop. Now, depending on how much sugar you put there or how it was spread, it may be something that you have to scrape. It's not going to be like a gelatinous lump or anything like that. However, the sugar changed form from microcrystals to a single solid mass. And not only did that happen, but it absorbed the water. It absorbed all of that water, not some of it, all of it. So now, if that happens outside of your body, again, what do you think happens inside your body when you put that sugar in there? You see? So now you might say, well, Matt, let me back up. What happens inside of your body is that by putting that dessert into your digestive tract just right after you ate, and for what I'm about to say, it doesn't matter if you had a meal or not. By putting all of that dessert into your digestive tract, you absorb the water. The sugar absorbs all of that water to itself, thus turning your digestive tract into more or less a desert. A desert. Now, am I being extreme? Is it going to turn it into a sandy desert with just one? No. It's not going to do that it's not going to do that if you eat a whole cake. It's not going to do that. However, have you ever noticed that as soon as you are done eating dessert, you need some water? Why do people drink tea with dessert? Okay, in the UK, they have their tea with their biscuits. Me, if I have a piece of cake or a donut or something like that, I want a cup of coffee to help wash it down. Why is that? Because that sugar absorbs the water that is in your digestive tract, thus think about a river. Think about what happens in a river when it dries up. You got this dusty riverbed where water once was. That same thing happens in your digestive tract. So then people wonder why they get thirsty after they eat dessert, why they get thirsty after they eat a bunch of bread, because bread turns into sugar. Once you break that down, it turns into sugar in your system. And I'm not telling you don't eat bread. I'm doing these things myself, y'all. I'm not telling you don't eat it. But there's a reason why people use olive oil with bread, or they use butter on top of bread. That oil, in effect, acts as a barrier to a degree between the sugar that bread turns into and the water in your digestive tract. Think about it. Oil and water don't mix. This is why when you eat bread with oil, olive oil is my preferred, you eat bread with olive oil, you're not as thirsty as if you eat dry bread with nothing on it. Sugar turns your internal river into a desert temporarily until you put more water back in it, right? You got to make it rain again so that the desert is no longer a desert. So this is how this stuff works. You might say, well, dessert and desert are two different sounds. Watch this. It is the same vibration. What do you mean, Matt? One is desert, the other is dessert. For you to understand how vibration and language works, you have to go back to the ancient tongues. You have to go back to ancient Hebrew, ancient Egyptian, the Coptic tongue, or whatever they call it, ancient Sumerian, okay? The Bantu family of languages. When you talk about these ancient languages, they are consonantal languages. Look at Hebrew. Ancient Hebrew in its ancient form has no vowels, okay? Modern Hebrew was revived by Europeans, where we know European languages are heavy on the vowels. European languages are heavy on the vowels, just like this language I'm speaking right now. But go and listen to an African villager speak. Go listen to someone in South Africa. Go listen to someone in, I don't know, maybe go listen to any tribal tongue and listen to how the vowels, they hit them and get off of them. When you're talking about a consonantal language, consonants produce vibrations. Vowels are just wind. There's no vibration in a vowel. Ooh, ooh. The only vibration is in my vocal cord, but the actual sound exiting my mouth, exiting my fifth chakra and going into the universe is just wind. It's just like, it's the same thing. But when you talk about consonants, now you are producing vibration. You see what I mean? Some of y'all might laugh at this, but this is real talk. Vibrational languages are ones that focus heavy on the consonants, not so much the vowels. So when you remove the vowels from dessert and desert, you're left with the same consonants. So it's the same vibration. I told y'all I was going to do a whole video breaking down the difference between vibrational languages and, modern languages that have heavy vowel placements and heavy vowel emphasis. I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go there because I'm tempted and that'll make this video longer than I wanted it. So understand that dessert and desert are the same vibration. Understand that the verb form of desert, or the verb form of D-E-S-E-R-T, the verb form of D-E-S-E-R-T, and the noun D-E-S-S-E-R-T are the exact same vibrational match as is the noun form of D-E-S-E-R-T. Sometimes you have to see the stuff written out. It's the same vibrational match. You're talking about a D, an S, an R, and a T. Drop the vowels. Drop the vowels and say it. Dessert, 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 dessert. It's the same whether you are talking about dessert or whether you're talking about desert or you're talking about dessert. It's the same vibrational match. The D, the S, the R, and the T strung together. So, to wrap this video up, dessert. Don't fall for it, y'all. If you want to defuse that spell, understand what you are doing to your body when you eat dessert. Now, I'm not telling you not to eat dessert. I just want you to be aware. This is why we have so many people that have so many digestive system issues. They are drying up the water in their internal river, okay? The internal river that is their digestive tract that they use to process, help break down, and help move out the resultant ash, okay? Metabolism produces ash. What you see when you go to the bathroom is ash. Put a piece of wood on a fire and burn it. Put a piece of wood in a fire pit, burn it. What do you have left? You have ash. That wood has been processed, it's been broken down. We have internal combustion, y'all. We have internal systems and processes that identically break down things that we ingest. So, when you drink a sugary beverage, it's the same thing. This is why people can drink soda and then they want some water after they're done drinking soda. This is why people drink alcohol and then they're thirsty, they want some water after that. Have you ever seen anybody needing to drink some water after drinking water? Dessert. The word dessert, D-E-S-S-E-R-T, causes you to desert any good work that you did, putting good nutrition into your body, and produces a resultant desert in your body. Okay? So that was today's lesson on the language of spells and how to diffuse. I tell you guys, if you haven't seen it, go watch my video, How to Diffuse Sorcery. It is very useful. I'll put a link in the description box below. It is of a little bit different nature, but it is pretty much the same core principles. All right? Illusions are things that deceive our eyes. Spells are things that deceive our ears, okay? Or enter our ears to deceive us. Illusions are things that we take in via our eyes to deceive us, all right? So, dessert. Dessert. Eating dessert, let's say it with me. If I eat dessert, I pretty much desert whatever nutrition I ingested before I eat that dessert, and I'm potentially turning my digestive tract into a desert. This is why you need more water after you're done eating dessert. If you're going to eat bread, be sure you put some fat on it, all right? Butter, olive oil is my favorite. Put some nice herbs in there, whatever. There's nothing wrong with that, guys. We need nutrition. We need nutrition. However, remember, with bread, oil and water don't mix. So if you eat your bread with fat on it, you are lessening the resultant deserting effect, okay? All right, family? I love you guys. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Share it with one person. Share it with one person. You already know one person that you want to share this video with. Just share it with that one person. I'm not asking you to share it with 10, 15, 20 people, 100, whatever. I'm not asking you to go through your friends list and share this video. Share this video with one person, because you know there's one person that's going to vibe with this message. So share it with them. And if you're new to this channel and you like content that is educational, inspiring, uplifting, and entertaining, I'm your guy. Hit that subscribe button, okay? And be sure you turn the notification bell to all so that you won't miss any new videos that I upload. I'll end this video like I end them all, family. I already told y'all I love y'all, and y'all know that. That's why I keep pushing content like this out, all right? I want us all to grow and thrive together. So be sure to leave a comment, because I learned as much from you guys as you learned from me. At least I hope you'll learn it from me. But I learned so much from you guys when you leave comments. So be sure to leave a comment as well. And as I say in all my videos, tell somebody you love them and mean it. How do you mean it? You have to show it. Love is a verb. It is a noun as well. But when we focus on the verb form of love, the noun always takes care of itself. Oh, and lest I forget, if you have not seen my video titled, Now Open Your First Eye, you guys should know that today's video holds a lot of relevance with regards to that video. So if you have not seen it, maybe you want to set some time aside and check that video out. It's about an hour and 17 minutes, I want to say. So it's a little bit longer, but it is very relevant to today's video. Now open your first eye. Check it out. There'll be a link for it in the description box below. And now I'm going to say peace to you guys. Peace.